Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
This is Conversations with the Crawleys. We do conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we happen to do recaps, reviews, and commentaries of some of our favorite shows. This one is all about Ready to Love in Dallas. We got some folks that we got to talk about on this one because,
child.
Yeah, we'll make sure you stick around. Anyway, if this is content that you enjoy, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, request notifications,
and share.
We'll see you in the comments. Consider becoming a member and checking out the merch store. So, some of y'all are like better sleuths at this than I am because y'all was like, no, he was talking to Jessica. Sierra's gone. Y'all made all the correct, guesses or whatever as far as what's happening. So, yes. Sierra is gone, and I think Sierra was happy to be gone.
I think she was skipping out. She was like, woohoo!
She was like, I'm free.
I'm so tired of y'all.
Will Packer ain't got nothing on me. I'm out. And so the women are in control. One of the guys will be going home. It's only 4 of them, so somebody going home. Jessica, of course, was irritated by the combative comment or feedback, right? Mm-hmm. So they go into the home, right? The mansion. We'll talk about that in a moment too. And Chris is like, man, Marie, how you doing? Janelle's like, whoa, hold up, time out, flag on the play. Y'all just called this woman combative. Let's deal with that because we black people.
We're black people.
And the common thing is angry black woman. Mm-hmm. So how y'all go feed into that and not deal with that? Mm-hmm. So Philip was like, yo, that wasn't my word. I ain't say nothing about that. We were all in agreement on that.
Our it's hilarious because they were like, Marie, he was the spokesman. And then Maria's like, I know I was the one that spoke. And I don't know why I did, but I'm going to stay quiet and I'm going to go ahead and put up the usher finger real quick like I'm in church because I'm about to tip out on y'all.
But Marie also said he was hoping that he was expecting Chris to step up and say it was him. But Chris, little soft Chris decided he didn't want to have that confrontation or that conversation.
He needed to because everyone else was like, that hasn't been my experience with you. And while Marie's tipping out, because he should have stayed.
He should have. Marie should have stayed, yes.
He should have stayed and said, okay, let's address this. Because if you're saying you can address the community needs, this is a community need right now.
Yeah.
And so we need to stay for the community and talk this out.
Yeah.
And so, Chris ain't even looking at her. And I'm like, dude, okay. What? So not only you saying that you find that you're always fighting, because when you said, you looked at what the terms combative with this person is, you're not even willing to say, I'm the one that said it or said something to that effect.
And this is why I said it.
And this is the reason why I said it. And so that would give her an opportunity to respond. And it was my experience because I stated to you, I was like, now, Marie didn't say that was her character.
True.
He said that was an experience that the men was having. So he was basically saying, hey, all the men are listening. This is their experience with you. And so he was indicating someone stated that was their experience. Right. Right.
But again, pointing out, the other guys, because there was only 4 guys.
There's only 4 guys. And all the other 3 guys saying it wasn't me. They were like, we're not snitching. But it wasn't me by elimination.
Like Shaggy, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
So, but this would have been a great time for Chris to step up and saying, this is my...
let me put it this way. To man up.
Yeah.
And say what he needs to say.
Yeah, because this explains where... he's talking about he need a softer woman because it sounds like he doesn't like confrontation and he doesn't like to address things that needs to be addressed. Because
he's charming.
So
he's soft.
So, That's my take on that. I
The
was very
extra plush Kleenex.
That was very disappointing for you to someone who says you're running a business, you're an entrepreneur, and you can't face things head on.
You can't man up. So yeah, so that whole thing, right? And now, because we kind of got into, it was like, is Jessica being combative, defending herself about being combative? I didn't take it as she was being combative. She was being direct and saying, "Who said this? I need to know."
No, I'm saying he could have said to her.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I did say it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you going to be combative if I say this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but she was like, "No, I am going to stay calm."
She was being direct.
Right. But I think also what, again, reviewing it, what she was saying, look, I have life outside of this TV show.
That's true too.
And I was hearing her when she was talking to him, right? Because they end up meeting, we'll get to.
Yeah.
But I get that them saying that will put a certain stigma on her, even in saying if it's just an event that occurred.
And it's a common one that is attached to Black women in reality TV. It hasn't really, I don't think, we've seen it, not maybe pointed out, but we've seen kind of the roles of people that have fit that narrative.
Right.
But if you watch any of them, VH1, MTV, all that stuff, that's a common trope that you'll see.
True. And there's obviously where there's a long history. We have to dive into our history to explain all the trauma that a Black woman has experienced to a point.
Absolutely.
That would try to bring that as a stigma, but again, we are not one-dimensional.
No.
At all.
Because there are some angry Black women out there, just like there's some angry Black men, angry white men.
Mm-hmm.
So
they just show up in different.
So,
but anywho, the whole point is, I get her saying, "Look, I'm on the show. I don't want this to be a reflection of me as a person because it's not
a business owner,
right? Because I own a business and I have to work with people of all types of people, if they see it or not."
Right. So then later on, Kat goes into the men's room. Now, we didn't talk about this, but I went back and watched it. Why it looked like Cell Block H with the bunk beds. Quentin was sleeping on the couch. They had shoes and everything all over. It was looking like
it looked like a dorm room.
No, it looked like Cell Block H. All they needed.
It did not look like a cell block. Just because you saying they had bunk beds, it looked more like somebody, like they were like teenage boys living in a room together.
Okay.
Because I've seen enough cell blocks to know that's a lot better. A lot of the men who are in cell blocks right now, they would call that plush living. So I wouldn't call it a cell block.
Depending upon your crime and where you at, I get that.
Depending on your crime.
But that was what I was talking about when I was like the mansion. So she goes out
of that big house. They were sharing a room.
The four guys are all in one room, sleeping in bunk beds.
It has to be more rooms in there. They got the producers and stuff.
I don't know. So she says she's going to come and check on Maurier because she's searching very, very, she's trying very hard to find a connection because there are no connections for her.
No, there's not.
And so, of course, then she starts to side with the combative description because she's had her run-in with Janelle and Jessica are good friends, it looks like. So
now they have had some. They have.
If you want to say somebody was combative on the show, you could put that on Janelle.
You could,
and it'd be hard to refute that, right?
Because you could throw the receipts out on the shows
and outside of the show,
and outside the show. Yes, sir.
So then Janelle and Jessica are talking, and Jessica's irritated that Chris just wasn't honest and he didn't man up and say what he needs to say. But then she's like, she doesn't trust Maurier because she's like, it came out of his mouth. And I get the push against Maurier because he said it, but he repeated what was being said and giving the feedback. Right now, we don't know. He could have couched and said, this isn't my opinion. This isn't most of the guys' opinion, but one of the main opinions that stuck out was ...
Or you could have just like someone mentioned to him, he didn't have to say it at all.
True.
It was already recorded, right? And so he didn't have to repeat it a second or a third time.
Yeah.
He could have mentioned, this is what some of the guys were saying. There are some concerns when you interact with the guys that are alarming.
Yes.
That would have just kept it short and sweet and brought it to her attention. And then again, she could face those men and ask them directly.
Yep.
Because what you have to realize about this show is not just about your connections, but other people have to at least like you enough
to keep you around.
To keep you on the show.
Yep. So after that, Philip, Maurier, Quentin are talking. And Maurier realizes that Jessica was hurt. And it was funny because Quentin was like, hey, bro, that's your top connection. So you need to kind of help smooth that over. Oh, yeah, she is my top connection because Sierra gone.
Right. Like, oh, I do want to stay.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't read that part in the script. My bad.
They're like, bro. And because I'm dating, that's my girl, and that's her friend.
And I don't want to keep hearing about that all this rest of this weekend.
Right.
Because she can't let nothing go.
Right. That's hilarious. So he's like, yeah, I get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hold on. Here again, you're saying that you're the type of person that advocates for others, but you can't confront someone and explain why you said what you said?
Or even, listen, or even go have the conversation with Chris to say, look, you the one that put that out there. You need to go ahead and speak
address
on that.
It.
Because we all catching strays.
Okay.
Over what you said.
Okay.
So the guys go fishing off of a little bridge and a creek. Because
I don't know why they gave them fishing poles. They could have found some other activity.
They literally went to Walmart.
Lord.
Or was it Big Five Sports? They went somewhere and got some fishing poles. They went to the Buc-ee's and got some fishing poles.
The Buc-ee's.
Shout out to Buc-ee's. Y'all need to go ahead and put one here in Phoenix. But they went and give them some fishing poles.
Oh my God.
And they got them some little bait. And so said, okay, we're going to film this with y'all fishing off of this bridge. The water was like that big.
Yeah, goldfish.
He caught, what's his name? Quentin caught a minnow. He caught a sardine or something.
I wouldn't even call it a sardine. I don't know what that was. I'm surprised they might have put it on the end of his hook.
They had a producer under there in scuba gear. Like, here.
That is scuba gear. He's sitting down. He's sitting down there like, let's put this on. All right, pull it up, quick.
Because the ladies also came and joined. So, well, three of the ladies, Kat, Aries, and Lee, came out and joined the guys. And so then when Quentin caught his goldfish, Janelle's radar went off.
And Lee was out there, trying to talk to him.
She's trying to flirt. She's trying to do her thing. But that goldfish, I guess, Janelle's radar went off. And she was like, Quentin did something. So she, with her like eagle eye vision or whatever.
I can see that little fish.
She sees like 3 acres down. It's like, he caught a fish. You got something, baby?
It sounds just like out of some old Southern black. I was done. And Lee she was annoyed. She was like, oh my God, can the man breathe?
Let him hang. Just let him hang. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Let him breathe. He can't even be out here. And I'm serious. So let's think about this. He is a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be on Instagram.
Yep.
Shirtless. As she called it, half naked.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find out. If you're out in those Dallas streets and he's training and he runs into one of his clients, it's going to be interesting.
Janelle going to be right there, waving from her apartment 3 miles away.
Quentin. I'm just saying.
So, Chris and Lee have a conversation. And he brings her gift. He brought her some Dollar Tree sandals.
Oh, wow. Wow. We can't even say they came from TJ Maxx. Wow.
They could have.
Why
Now-
we gotta say Dollar Tree? Why what is it with you and this dude? Why you got a problem with this dude?
So a couple of things with that is, one, I'm a little concerned because I don't know too many men that in the first 3-4 weeks of dating someone
Mm-hmm.
buy them shoes.
Yeah, that's kind of personal.
That's personal.
Mm-hmm.
We've been married 20 something years, and I don't think I've gone to the shoe store and bought you a pair of shoes. Now, there's some shoes I think I've had some input on, things of that nature, right? But
Thinking.
because for me, because the way I look at it, I know what I like as far as shoes. I know kind of the things I like on you, but sometimes it's not all comfortable or your style or what have you. So I kind of leave that. If you ask my opinion, I give you my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go out and buy you shoes.
I can give you some ideas. You
You
want me to
could
put some in your DMs? I
do
can put
that.
some
You can do
shoes
that.
in.
But I think my main point is I wouldn't have done that week 3 and 4 of dating.
No, I mean, you could have come up with something, flowers or something. I couldn't see shoes. Now, she did say she liked the shoes. I don't know, looked like they might have been some Chanel or something shoes. But I'm trying to figure out what exactly. Like, you're still dating someone else along with her. And for you to decide to give her a gift, unless you're saying that she's going to be the one that's going to be exclusive, because his other connection, which is Aries, right? Am I saying her name right?
Kind of, but really Aries isn't a connection for him. Let's just
Right.
be honest, because Aries is all on Phil.
Right. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. So
And
that-
then
he doesn't have a
Cat.
and Cat, but
And Cat's grounding for anything that will stick.
well, but that's on her. I'm talking about how he feels about her. It's just not making sense where he is in the process to say that he's going to give her shoes if he's still airing out all these other women. If that makes sense.
So some of y'all, because I was on one of the blogs or one of the forums, and some of y'all, not maybe our audience, but some people were talking about the fact that one, it might be it's to some women, they said that it seemed kind of controlling, that it's a step away from I need you in this outfit.
Oh, that's kind of deep. That's kind of like
I
really.
don't know. I don't know. Right. Others were pointing out that it seemed a little, I'll just say it did not fit what most women that were in this particular forum were saying that they expected from a heterosexual male. It's just, I'm saying what they're saying. Don't know.
Mhm.
But it was an odd thing for me. It was a thing I was looking at and saying, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never. If you're not in a personal relationship, like this person didn't come to you, like if we were dating for a while and then I was like, oh my God, I wanted these pair of sandals. I love them.
Right.
And then you happen to find out my shoe size and you surprised me because that's something I've been personally wanting.
Right.
Then yeah. But dating a couple of weeks and then all of a sudden you
I'm
just
just surprising you with some sandals.
some sandals. I'm like,
I don't know. Y'all let us know what y'all think.
I don't know.
I want to hear y'all thoughts. All right. Maria and Jessica then go talk.
He was like, so I need to get this done before it goes to the night and over in the next morning because the men are pressuring me. The boys are pressuring me to get this
Because Quentin
done.
reminded me that you are my number one connection, so I need to go ahead and make this right for us. And she says she has not had arguments or anything with anybody. And she, again, brings up the conversation of the labels on Black women. And she says she's still mad, you know? And so the way that they left it as far as what we saw seems that she's not still 100% with Maurier as far as what it was left based on that conversation.
She don't need to, based on her spirituality, she don't need to be with him anyway.
That's true too.
I mean, this might have been her sign from heaven. Just go ahead and let him go too.
Yep. So Chris and Aries, they have a date where they go shoot archery. Okay. So then everybody leaves the house. Everybody goes home. Kat and Marie go out on a date, and they start talking spiritualism, what have you.
She's like, it doesn't matter what kind of religion it is. And he's like, oh, good, I got rocks.
He's like,
crystals.
I got
Shut up. No.
backyardigan.
You got props.
I got this. This is gonna ground you. This is gonna keep you safe.
Rocks. There's not any crystals, y'all.
Oh no, these are I consulted.
I consulted. That's some desert landscaping.
Listen, rocks, I'm gonna go ahead and throw them right back in our backyard.
Oh my God. Yeah, them rocks are too expensive for you to throw anywhere else.
Okay, except right back out there. But yeah, he starts bringing out rocks, and then he talks about he's looking into dual citizenship.
Right, which is cool.
Yeah, because we've looked. We're looking into it as well.
If you guys see me out in the ocean, I'm with my people.
I'm just saying.
I'm with my people.
If we go back to 40 to the orange one as president,
man,
we might have to make that happen quickly.
We're gonna be broadcasting from.
Listen, y'all gonna have to catch us at 3:00 in the morning because we're gonna be halfway around the world.
Woo, Jesus. So, talking about traveling, that she likes to travel and different things like that, which is good. I definitely want to get out of the country. I feel like when you're not traveling, you only have a very small view of the world.
Right.
And I think giving opportunities to do so, I'm glad that our daughter had opportunities to travel outside of the country. And we want to do the same thing. So I get it. I really do get it.
But we've been out the country.
We have, but that's
but I know you're talking about really exploring, going
like
off of this continent,
Mexico, if you will. And the Bahamas.
Right. I got you. Okay. In fact, listen, not this year, not next year, but if we do a Conversations with the Crawley cruise, let us know if y'all be down for that. We cruising. All right. So then Janelle and Quentin go on a date, and he asks her a major question that's going to be very helpful for them. How do you handle conflict resolution? Because Janelle, sweetheart, you combative.
We just talked about it, and then you're gonna call it combative.
But again, if the shoe fits, it's hard to refute with her, right? Man. And that's not an all black women thing. That's a Janelle thing, because we start this season with Janelle tossing receipts and pulling up on people off on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So that's
wild.
Would be
wild.
An example of being combative.
That's pretty much, yeah.
So
yeah. And so he's asking her, which is a good question, because I don't. If I'm dating someone, I definitely want to feel like I'm trying to stay on my best behavior.
Yeah.
And okay, you want to be all real. If you would do that to someone you don't know, and we're getting to know you, how I know you won't do that to me?
Right.
So if you get upset with me, something doesn't go right, you're gonna pull up to my house. You're gonna tell me to come out. Is my car gonna get keyed? Is my tires gonna get slashed?
I bust the windows out your car.
Because it seems like it's very heightened over things that can be handled at a normal level.
Or things that, if we're honest, don't matter.
Don't seem like it matters.
So, but they're still good right now.
What she said sounded good, because I would ask her, I said, well, if that's the case, then when it comes to friends and friendships, why are you not handling it that way? Because that's what I would ask, unless they cut the film. Because I'd be like, I hear what you're saying, but
what we seeing?
It's not lining up.
No. Aries goes on a date with Phil, and she's like, it's cool and all. You do a great foot rub, but I'm questioning your stability. Not mental stability, your financial stability. Because she's like, you said you did this, then you went and switched, did this. She's like, listen, that worked when we was 20, 21, 22, but you got kids, I got kids. That don't work. So, and he does say, he's in a different space as of 4 months prior.
It doesn't show longevity. Let me tell you that. Listen, men, for all the men that do listen to us, a woman wants to feel security.
Mm-hmm.
And when they can't easily see that, they question that. I need to see longevity. I need to see that, yeah, you're keeping a job, but yeah, maybe you are entrepreneuring. And even if you take that leap, okay, what is your safeguard? What are the things that you're planning?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not giving up my finances to support to the place where it could be detrimental to my family, my children.
Right.
Especially with dating. I ain't giving nothing. If you fall and you end up on hard times, whoever you were gonna lean on outside of me,
it ain't you.
It ain't gonna be me. I'm gonna promise you. I'm gonna promise you that, because this is gonna have to show me how fast you're able to get on your feet, get back to working and making the money you need.
Yep.
Because a lot of people like, oh, you can't trust me. Oh, you on da 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 da. But at the same time, bro, we got eat and the lights going to have to stay on.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. That'll be a t-shirt.
Yep. So then they go to the ladies' lounge. Everybody, talks through their feelings. So Aries, of course, is feeling Phil. Janelle is feeling Quentin. Lee still thinks that she has a shot with Quentin.
She need to go ahead and get that up.
And then she says, well, Chris showed up. Okay. Kat says, Chris and Marie. We don't believe you. You need more people on that too.
No, she believes it. But
we don't believe you.
Oh, okay. That's what I was about to say. She believes it.
She can believe anything. Marie believe in rocks are keeping him grounded and connected and safe. Okay. And then Jessica says that she's solid with Marie, which I call garbage on, because what we saw.
Right. I was surprised she's saying that, because I thought she said she didn't trust him. So why don't you just come out like, you know what? We're rocky as well.
But you can say you're rocky as well. That's your better connection, but there's still some concerns.
Yeah.
Cool.
For you to say that, I was like, well, hold on, sis. Come on now. And then you tell me, because she goes into, talking about Chris, because that's not her connection, right? And you would think everything her reference will be about him related to her. And then she puts out and says, something about, buying shoes for somebody else.
His exact quote was, he can't buy me anything. So was that a dig / shade at Lee? Possibly.
Yeah, because I'm like, where did that come from? Again.
But I think what she's looking at is, and if I can maybe interpret what I think she was trying to get across, was because there's this conflict where Chris is thinking that he's all this and a bag of chips, and he wants a woman that is soft, and a woman that, in some respects, I feel he wants a woman that depends upon him and thinks that his stuff don't stink, and wants to be like old girl from Coming to America, whatever you like, since that's the kind of woman that he wants.
Well, that's not what he's saying in other
I don't believe what he says anywhere else, because I think that he's trying right now
to change the
narrative and trying to politicize, or politically speak on things, right? I don't believe that. That's why I didn't watch that full interview. But I think that he wants a woman that is dependent upon him, and he wants to be the major breadwinner. And I think what she was trying to say in that is, he can't buy me nothing because I got my own, right?
It's possible.
It's possible, she was saying, right? And so I think he says he wants a boss woman, but he doesn't. He can't handle that. He's too soft.
And
I'm gonna keep calling him soft.
Not regarding on how he's moving. It doesn't line up.
No.
It doesn't line up.
No.
Because when someone who's also in entrepreneurship, they can help you, guide you, you can bring things to them to kind of help you to have some pitfalls or some mistakes early on, even though they're not in the same industry. Management, basics, business skills,
basics that are
they
the
always
same.
Yes.
Yes.
When you're talking about owning your own business.
We say it all the time. Listen, the only difference between a drug dealer and a legit business person is the product they're moving.
It's the product.
They still have the same
customer action,
making sure that they have good customer acquisition prices, making sure that they have distribution set up, making sure that they have their market share. It's the same across the board. It's just the industry. So
it's the industry.
So so she was like, he can't buy me nothing. And so of course Lee had a little issue with that, and they got into a little thing. And Jessica's like, I don't think she understands. Janelle's over there shaking her head because she gets it.
Yeah. Well, and again, every woman having a different experience with him.
Chris. Yes. Yes. So Katarina says that she's not feeling Quentin, even though she was trying to be all up on him too. Right.
Well, she knows he's taken.
She knows he's taken. Right. Aries says that she doesn't. It's not Maurier, and that's just because they don't vibe in a relationship type of way. Lee says Maurier as well, and then Janelle says Chris. So then they go on the dates to wrap things up. So Janelle meets with Chris. Maurier meets up with, Jessica meets up with Chris, and Maurier meets up with Aries. Long story short, Aries is like, you're still ready to love. You in here, just,
get out of the friend zone.
Right.
But everybody else has to be his friend.
Exactly.
He don't have any connection.
He ain't got no connections. And so Jessica kind of talks through, basically, I know you said it.
Oh, talking to Chris.
Right, talking to Chris. She's like, I know you said it, basically. He's like, I never said that about you.
Not exactly.
Well,
this is what he's saying. I didn't say not exactly. I didn't say those words, but it was like
production brought the clips. They brought the receipts where he called her combative.
I was like, you said that, like the word, you said it, and so they're going on.
Yep. She says, "You're not ready to love." You saw the tears well up in his eyes.
I'm trying to figure out, did something else happen? Because is that what triggered him to start cussing her out?
I don't know. And yes, I will be the first to admit it's very possible that there is things that we missed because they edited, what have you. But I can't see anything that would have gotten him to that point.
We don't know because we've seen other people saying not ready to love, and there's some type of back and forth. Right. And we saw it last year, happen. We're like, okay. But he was like, you don't something, and blah, blah, you beep, beep, deep, deep. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
We got to go there?
Yeah.
And he said he wasn't sorry for what he said.
And he stormed off.
And out. And she's like, so I'm trying to figure out, why are you're trying to call her combative, but this is how you respond when she's trying to talk to you in a normal manner. And
watch this. She didn't jump at him.
No.
And when I say jump, she didn't verbally jump at him. She didn't go back and forth with him.
Nope. She said, I'm not.
If we're honest, she was actually pretty cool, calm, and collected.
She was a lot cooler than I would have been if someone started cussing me out.
Say what you will about Jessica. Yes, I agree that Jessica is very closed off. She comes off very closed as far as what we're saying.
Yes.
She comes off closed off. She comes off guarded.
Yes.
She comes off no nonsense.
Right.
When I watch the interactions of her and what have you, she seems pretty straightforward, pretty direct.
Right.
But he's the one that got all up in his feelings.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what triggered you for you to feel like you have to call some woman out of her name. I was like, especially if you're saying that you respect women, blah, blah, blah.
If you're saying that. But
then there was no need for that. Because at the end, you look like the fool.
Yep. So,
yeah.
Let us know what y'all think, because y'all kind of know how I feel.
So, and then next week we have the men are allowing the women to meet
Now, one thing in looking at the trailer,
their relatives.
does Jessica leave? Because I don't know that I saw her in the trailer.
I don't think so. Maybe they just didn't put her in the clip.
Based upon that, because we periodically have. Oh, I'm really struggling to say words today.
I know.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, I think that we've seen recently, or in pretty much a number of the seasons, we've seen those that self-eliminate. I wonder if Jessica, because if we're honest, she really doesn't have that strong of a connection with Marie, right? So I wonder, and if Marie was her connection, why was she not seen as far as one of the dates that with his family member, right? So I'm questioning whether or not, and we'll see, but I wonder if she self-eliminated.
It would make sense.
It would.
Because why would you, again, stay to be on a show where you're not finding any connection with anyone in a love, looking for a relationship?
Yep.
So.
Because she probably went to Tommy and was like, Tommy,
yeah,
I just got cussed out by this soft man. But I just got cussed out by Charmin Chris.
I'm just at this point, like this. I'd be like, I'm ready to go. I've met everybody who I was going to meet.
Ain't nothing here.
There's nothing here for me. And I have always respected and appreciate everyone who decided to do that. Because to me, I know it's a show. I know this is supposed to be entertainment. But at the same time, these people, this is their life, right? And they're willing to go on TV and for everything to be criticism, whatever you want to put it. And like, why not try to see if you can find love out of it? So.
Yep. All right, well, look, that's it for this one. We'll see y'all next time. Let us know your thoughts and comments. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.